Okay, so something pretty crazy happened yesterday. I wasn't able to cover it yesterday or make a video about it yesterday, but I definitely wanted to get on this pretty quickly and talk about it. So, if you didn't know, yesterday, Valve, the people who, own Steam and haven't put out Half-Life 3 yet, they yesterday announced essentially a new batch of hardware or accessories or hardware or like whatever you want to call it. And the things that they announced were a new controller, a new VR headset, and they announced something called the Steam Machine. And I think essentially what that is, or what it is essentially, is it's basically like a mini PC. And it's like it can run basically all your Steam games at 4K 60 frames per second, apparently. And it's essentially, now they didn't call it a console, but it is essentially kind of like a console. Like it's a mini PC. It's something that you could probably fit on your desk, just like how you can fit like a console on your desk, or like in your living room, you can probably fit the Steam machine on like your living room home setup, or like whatever you want to call it. I don't know. But essentially, it's kind of like a console, but it's not a console. It's a PC, but it's, yeah, you get what I'm trying to say. But yeah, it definitely took everyone aback, especially me. I was not expecting something like this, yesterday. And I wanted to talk about what this Steam machine means for, I guess, the industry as a whole, and like what this is going to mean for PlayStation and Xbox and everything. But first, I did want to read an article from IGN talking about basically all the things that were revealed yesterday. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, so the IGN article reads as so. Valve announces next-gen Steam machine, says it's over 6 times more powerful than Steam Deck, but there's no price yet. That's another thing. There's no price for this Steam machine yet, but that's something that we're gonna talk about later on in the video. Valve has announced a return to its Steam Machine PC/console hybrid hardware alongside a new version of the Steam controller. As part of a big day for Valve hardware announcements, Valve confirmed the next-gen Steam Machine and Steam controller features and specs, but failed to announce one key piece of information: price. We do know, however, that the Steam Machine comes as a 512 gigabyte model and a 2 terabyte model, and will ship in a bundle with Steam controller as well as standalone at some point in 2026. Specs wise, it has a semi-custom AMD Zen 4 6Z 12T CPU. See, when it comes to like these PC specs and everything, I'm always like lost, or like I don't know what the freak this means. But a semi-custom AMD RDNA 3 GPU. It supports 4K gaming at 60 frames per second with FSR. Valve described the new Steam machine as 6 times more powerful than Steam Deck, with 16 gigabytes DDR5 and 8 gigabyte GDDR6 VRAM. The full specs for the Steam machine and Steam controller are below. It's an interesting move from Valve, considering their original Steam machine, Range, released 10 years ago in November 2015, was considered a failure. The initial idea was to release a small form factor gaming computer that operated Steam OS and offered a home game console-like experience. Valve also released a Steam controller to support the release of the original Steam machine, so it makes sense that it would release a next-gen Steam controller to go alongside this new Steam machine. But Steam machine didn't last long. And as interest dwindled, Steam pulled many models from the Steam store in 2018. The next-gen Steam machine does not have a release date or a price, both of which are key pieces of information Valve is keeping under wraps for now, but it's an intriguing move in the context of the increased focus on console/PC hybrids from various gaming hardware companies. Microsoft, for example, is set to release a next-gen Xbox that by all accounts is basically a PC wearing a console's clothing. It will be interesting to see how Valve entering the fray mixes things up. And yeah, that is important to talk about, just like how is this going to disrupt the console hardware scene? Just in the sense that, like, you know, we talk about it all the time, especially with Xbox, and how they don't really have any, you know, exclusives or anything like that. Like, when it comes to Xbox, it's gotten to the point where, like, they are mainly third party, essentially. They've essentially, I mean, especially after they put Halo on PS5, it's definitely a sign that Xbox is no longer trying to compete in the, you know, console hardware race, or like whatever you want to call it. And so with this new Steam machine, I feel like it does create a certain sense of competition now, because now you do have to compete with something like this, which can basically run all the games on Steam, and most of the games that come from Xbox and PlayStation, they end up on PC/Steam anyway. And so having something like this is definitely going to be interesting. I feel like it's definitely all gonna come down to price at the end of the day. If they can make this affordable enough to where even like casual people, not even like PC enthusiasts, are like buying this stuff, and they can get like casual people, because I don't know if they're gonna put this on like storefronts, or like if this is going to be something that you can buy at Best Buy, or if you can buy at Walmart, your local Walmart, or like your Target, or like whatever place you shop at, or like whatever. If they do that and the price is right, this could be I don't know, it could disrupt the console, you know, just ecosystem, you know, as a whole and everything. But yeah, in terms of like the price, we don't know how much it's going to be. I feel like that's going to be a determining factor. Just talking about like how powerful it's going to be, we don't know if it's like as powerful as like a base PS5 or anything like that. I did hear that like it might be like an in-betweener type of thing, where it's not as powerful as an actual console, I guess, or like, I don't know, because it says, you know, you can run 4K 60 frames per second on most games, but like, I don't know, I feel like until we actually get we see most games running on a Steam machine, and we can confidently say, oh yeah, this works on basically every single game, and there's no like frame rate dips, or there's no like massive like problems or anything like that. I feel like we can't really say as well, like, is it more powerful than a Nintendo Switch 2? Yeah, I mean, there's probably a lot of information, because they did put like a lot of information about like the specs of the Steam machine itself, but I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to like PC specs and like everything like that, I have no idea what I'm even like talking about. So like, I'm not even going to try to attempt to know if this is more powerful than, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, I mean, they also announced the controller, which I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw the controller, I was like, that's kind of low-key an ugly controller, I'm not gonna lie. But they did talk about something that was interesting, the fact that like they talked about the fact that like the joysticks, or like the two main joysticks on the controller, are magnetic, and I guess that's going to prevent stick drift. I know that's like a thing that's like brought up with a lot, especially with like a lot of these new controllers. Like we talk about like the DualSense having like stick drift problems. I've encountered those problems with like some of the controllers. Joy-Cons, like the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons, I've heard that those controllers get like stick drift as well. So hopefully this new magnetic joystick thing that they announced for this controller maybe that solves the problem of like, you know, stick drift in those problems as well. So that would be pretty cool. But yeah, they also announced a VR headset. And I mean, I've never tried VR like at all. And so with this, I'm like, it's not like I would never want to try VR. I think I would definitely want to try VR, you know, probably once in my life. That would be cool. But like, I'm not really interested in the VR headset. That's just not my thing when it comes to video games. Like, I'm not really, that's not my main way that I like to play video games. But hopefully that is, you know, cool as well. The main thing that I am most interested in is the Steam machine, the price of it, and how it will, I guess, kind of compete with like the other consoles that we have right now, because obviously we have the PS5 right now, and I still mainly use my PS5. Like, I use my PC sometimes, but I still mainly use my PS5. I know there have been like arguments about whether or not we should, if even having a PC or a PS5 is worth it, just because games that come on PS5, they come to PC anyway. And I understand that argument, but I still like the convenience of a console, just like not having to deal with all like, you know, PC settings, or like having to deal with whether or not my PC is up to date or not, or like whatever. Just the convenience of being able to play the game is something that I enjoy the most when it comes to gaming. And if the Steam machine can offer that just with PC gaming, like, that would be, I would definitely buy it. I mean, if it, for the right price though. Like, I'm not gonna pay like $1,000 for this, or like, I might. It depends. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's just like another thing. Like, when we talk about like PC gaming versus console gaming, another thing that I like think about is, with console gaming, if you want to play certain multiplayer games, you have to sign up for a subscription service, or you have to pay a monthly fee to pay, or to play, you know, your Call of Duties or your Battlefield, or like whatever multiplayer game you're trying to play. But with PC, you don't have to do that. And so that's like another thing that I thought about. Like, if I get this, I would essentially be able to play multiplayer games without having to subscribe to a subscription service, essentially. I'm pretty sure. Hopefully it stays that way. But yeah, I'm definitely like interested in this, you know, the Steam machine. Hopefully we get more information soon. It's coming out, I believe, early 2026, so we might get more information maybe at the Game Awards, or maybe early. We'll see. But I'm definitely intrigued and excited for this, and I definitely want to see more details about it. But yeah, in the comments down below, what do you think of the Steam machine? Are you interested in it, or do you think you're gonna buy something like this maybe, or are you not? Leave all your thoughts and opinions down in the comments section below. And yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, and I will see you guys on the next one. So yeah, bye.